Yesterday you went from percents to fractions, or the other day. Last time we went from percents to fractions. Now we're going to go from fractions and decimals back to percents. We're just going to work it back the other way. It's actually just about as easy. So we have this decimal, 0.7. Remember what we did before to go from a percent to a decimal. What did we do? Let's say we had this percent. We had 36%. What is that as a decimal? Remember we had to do that. What is that as a decimal? So we just went like this and we moved it over 2 spots, right? And got 0.36 or 36 hundredths, right? Well, now we want to go from the decimal to a percent. What do you think this decimal is as a percent? 70%. You just take the decimal and move it back to the right 2 spots and add a percent symbol. So it's 70%. Yes? Because it's out of 100. And you moved it this way 2 spots, so you got to move back 2 spots. What is that as a percent? 16%. Move it over. Boom, boom. 16%. Pretty hard stuff, huh? Ooh. This one's a little different. Looks a little different. What is it? Yeah. All you do is move the decimal over 2 spots. Nothing changes just because it's more than 1 or more than 2 numbers. So it's 41.18%. That's it. You guys look zombie-ish today. You guys all look like Charlie when he's watching television. What is that as a percent? Alexis. Yeah, boom, boom. 6.7%. What is that as a percent? 90. Be careful. Be careful. There's a bunch of you that are going to go like super fast on your homework and you're going to go, oh, that's easy. It's 90. You need 2 spots. It's 90%. Yes. No. There is no estimation involved here. None of it. No. I don't care if they give you this number. As a percent, this is 31.75426.137%. Okay? There's no estimation involved. Unless it says estimate. Good. I'm sick with this. Had enough of this. These are too easy. Now, we're going to go from fractions to percents. Because before, going from percent to a fraction was really easy. Because say we had 35%, 36% as a fraction, that equals 35 over 100. And then we divided top and bottom by 5. And we ended up with like 7 over 20, right? That's how we found we went that way. Well, now we're going to go from the fraction to a percent. There's two ways to do this. Listen before you get too far. There's two ways to do it. One way is going to work sometimes. The other way I'm going to show you works every single time. Okay? The first way that works some of the time is simply getting the denominator to be 100. That's easy. So multiply this times 4, this times 4, and we end up with 36 over 100, which is 36%. Correct? Everyone follow that? That's I'm going to do W1, way number 1. Way number 2 that works every single time. What is this? What is that? It's a division problem, isn't it? 9 over 25 is a division problem. 9 divided by 25. So 9 divided by 25. Anyone got a calculator with them? Anyone got a guess as to what that is? Wow. What is it as a decimal? Or what is 9 divided by 25? 0.36. Okay? This works every time. Then all you got to do is bounce this decimal 2 spots, which equals 36%. Okay? This works every... Oops. Every time. I should say works every time. Can you guys think of a time when that wouldn't, this one, the first one, wouldn't work? When wouldn't that work? Well, the denominator, exactly. When the denominator doesn't go into 100. So let's just say that we had this fraction. Let's say we had 7 over 23. You can't multiply 23 by a whole number and get 100. It just doesn't work. 23 is not, because 23 is not a factor of 100. So if we were solving this problem, if you got this problem, 7 over 23, and it said, make it a percent, what would you have to do? 7 divided by 23, which is what? No, don't round. I didn't say round. Could you say that again? So what is that as a percent? Why do you guys insist on rounding? Why do you insist? I never said round. Why do you always do that? Why do you guys drop these numbers at the end? Don't do that. You can't just drop numbers. If I said round to the nearest tenth, then yes. Or round to the nearest whole number, then yes. But don't just drop numbers. What? You're fine. Way number one. How would you do it? How would you do way number one? Jonathan. Multiply top and bottom by 5 times 5, which would equal 15 over 100, which would equal 15%. What is way number two? Lacey, what would you do? 3 divided by 20, which is what? No. 0.15, which equals 15%. All right? You guys good with this? It's actually not too terribly hard. So what I would like you to do for your homework is I want you to do page 387, 12 to 62 even. And you may use your calculators. Also, one other thing is your quiz corrections. Well, you'll see.